Greetings, fellow nerds. Let's talk about the derivative of tangent. The way I'm going to approach this is presuming that you've already learned the derivative of sine is cosine, and of course the derivative of cosine is negative sine. As well, the reciprocal identities for the trig functions will also be something that will come up. So assuming you have those two things, or really those three things, you should be good to go. Well, here we go. So the derivative of tangent, my favorite way to think about this is through the identity that tangent is sine over cosine. Again, I want to do this because I already know the derivatives of both sine and cosine. Well, the derivative of a quotient requires us to use quotient rule, so let's do this. So that would be the derivative. So that would be the bottom function times the derivative of our top function, and then minus our top function times the derivative of our bottom over our bottom function squared. So there's your quotient rule. Well, we know the derivative of sine is cosine, like we've previously mentioned, and the derivative of cosine is negative sine. So let's actually replace those two derivatives with those expressions, and we get something that looks like this. I don't like that negative on that sign, so let's combine it with the other negative from the quotient rule, and that'll make a plus. Cosine times cosine is cosine squared, and sine times sine is sine squared, and so that numerator just cleans up to that. Now, if you remember, cosine squared plus sine squared is one of our most famous Pythagorean identities. We love it. And so we're going to replace the sine squared and cosine squared with just one. That whole thing just cleans up. And so here we have it. The derivative of tangent is 1 over cosine squared. I have seen some books or some authors publish it this way, but I would say, arguably, most commonly we'll see it in its reciprocal form. So the reciprocal of cosine is secant, and so 1 over cosine squared is just secant squared. Have a good day, nerds.